died, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He looked at me like he just got shot and he was about to die. And I was like, bro, what? He said, you just broke the fucking window. And I was like, you're lying. You're lying. Like, like when you get scared of something and you instantly don't want to believe anything is true. Like, let's say somebody said your house is burning down and your house is really burning down, but you don't want to believe them. That's literally the fear I had. I was sitting there like, no, I didn't break that fucking window, bro. Like, I didn't break it. And he said, you don't believe me? Come look. And so, tell me why I scoot over to my brother's seat to look at the window and the light that the bus driver cuts on whenever she gets to a kid's stop. Tell me why that cuts on the second I get over in the seat and I see it. It's a big ass fucking hole, bro. It's a big ass fucking hole. From a lollipop, bro. From a fucking lollipop, bro. Like, I'm so done at this point. Like, I don't even know what the fuck to do, bro. Like, how the fuck... Like, bro... And y'all are gonna say this shit is not real, but like, bro, I can't. Like, I can't make this shit, bro. Like, I just... We're gonna take a break from that part and just move on to the next point because this is where it gets even worse. Now, people start getting on the bus. And when people start getting on the bus, they start walking by the seat. And people know my brother. Like, me and my brother, it's not like we just never talked to anybody. Like, at this point, people knew us in school. Like, it's not like people didn't know us. So, obviously, they're going to say what's up when we get on the, like, you know what I mean? When they get on the bus, they see us, they're going to say what's up. I'm just going to say the amount of people that got on the bus and looked at, and just looked at my brother right there, bro. And said what's up, to see a big ass hole in the window. And then them ask what happened to the window. And then every person. So you already know I got in trouble. You know why? Because every person who got on that bus had turned back and asked the bus driver, did she know that there was a big ass hole in the window? See, that is crazy. That is fucking crazy. I got in trouble, yeah. The bus driver turned around. She walked into the back and she was like, do you guys know how I got there? I'm not gonna lie, instantly my brother folded. Like, he didn't snitch, but he was like, yeah, like, and he looked at me, like, he just looked at me. So the bus driver looked at me too, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, damn, now I gotta explain. So I sit there and I'm like, fuck, bro, and I just sit there and I'm like, yeah. So what happened was I accidentally picked up a lollipop and I accidentally threw it and I accidentally like hit the window, but I didn't mean to hit the window. So it was an accident. Like that was literally the whole fucking, like, I remember it to this day, bro. That was the whole fucking apology. Like, that was literally the whole explanation. And so she had to write it up, the bus driver, but she liked me a lot and she made sure in the report to put that she thought it was also an accident. So, shout out to the bus driver. I'm not going to name her, but, she's a W. Thank you for that. And, it was an accident. Because, I'm just going to say bottom line, it was an accident mixed with impulsive, like, decisions. And I don't know if he had said something else to piss me off, but I'm pretty sure he did. But that had nothing to do with me throwing the lollipop, just going to say. So, I want to say we're on our way. We get to school. I want to say 3 minutes later, after we got everybody, and we start getting off the bus. The day goes perfectly. Like, it goes normally, like how it normally would. First period, second period, and then gets to IE. Now, IE is where all this gets fucked for me. I'm not gonna lie. Sitting in IE class, and the IE, it's just a little side note for anybody who doesn't know what IE is. Actually, IE is like a fucking, I don't even know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just a place you catch up on work in. So it's nothing special. It's not like a class or anything crazy. It's just like fucking like a 30-minute period where you catch up on your work and go do work that you were missing if, I don't know, bro. You just catch up on work. And so I'm sitting in IE with my friend and I hear my name like on the comms to my teacher's room. Could Infini come to the office? And now at this point I'm thinking, damn, like I knew it. I knew I wasn't going to make it. Like, I knew I wasn't going to make it through the day. I knew they were going to say something. So I started walking down there. Tell me why I get inside the office and my brother's sitting right there. I was like, And so they talked to us and wanted to know, like, what happened. and then they let us go. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of crazy. Then later at the end of the day, I get a call from the office again, like, and at this time I'm freaking out because like I did a lot of crazy stuff. I think I cussed out a couple teachers that day. Like I really don't like I don't know what it could be for, and like I'm scared because it could be for anything. So I know I did something wrong. Like end of the day, if I go to the principal's office, I know I did something wrong, but like I don't know what it was for. That's why I was tripping out. And so I get there, and she was like, "Well, I assume you know why you're here," and I'm like, "No." And oh, I forgot to mention, before I even get to the principal's office, me and my brother like meet each other in the hallway because they had called us both out again. So we had like started walking to the hallway, and like I want to say like 5 minutes in through us walking, it had to be because we literally met at the same time, like walking through different parts of the school. We met at the same time, and that like going towards the office direction, and we started talking. I was like, "Yo, you know what this is about?" And he was like, "Nah, nah, nah." And I was like, "Yo, we've done so much on the bus, like." And they probably looked at the cameras, to be honest. And so now I'm like regretting because I realize they're probably going to check the cameras, and if they check the cameras, to be honest, it's going to be like a fucking RICO charge, to be honest, because our whole bus, the whole back of the bus, that whole friend group is getting hit with a fucking like 12 write-ups each at least, like at least. And I'm just being generous. So at this point I'm freaking out. Fast forward back again, we're sitting at the office, and she's like, I assume you know what you're here for. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to fuck myself. Not only does this teacher know I get in trouble on a daily fucking basis, but you know what? Like, she's definitely going to realize that I'm going to say something, and I don't know. I'm not going to stitch myself up. I'm not going to stitch myself up. I'm pleading the fifth. I was like, no, I don't. I don't know what I'm here for. And she was like, well, so the bus thing, that's why you and your brother are in here. And I was like, oh, okay. Because, you know, I thought she was calling me in there because I had, you know, cussed the teacher out earlier when I told them that I didn't have my homework. And it was like a long story. Anyways, point is, I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah. So what happened was it was an accident. And she was like, are you sure? Because, you know, I could see if you were tossing the lollipop and it would just bounce off the window. But, you know, that lollipop went through the window. And I was like, no, my brother can vouch. And my brother looks at me, looks up at her, and clutches up, goes, yeah, I'm sure. I'm 100% sure. And I'm sitting there like, yo, W, brother. Like, I'm not going to lie, W moment. Because at this point, to this day telling this story, I feel like I did throw that at his head intentionally, and he ducked it, and it hit the window and just went through. But I really don't know. I'm not going to lie, I don't know. Anyways, point is, she's like, well, I feel like 5 days of in-school suspension would be good for you. And I was like, 5 days of in-school suspension? Like, what is that? And so my dad calls her and goes, no, I feel like he shouldn't be missing class. I want to give him after-school detention. So instead, I got a week of after-school detention. And, you know, my dad told me I was going to have to pay for the window and everything. I didn't pay for the window. My dad just paid for it, and he told me I was going to have to work off the debt. I didn't work off the debt. He just told me to rake leaves, and then he didn't care. Like, he never talked about it again. But that 5 days of detention, it wasn't that bad, to be honest. My dad had bought me food, like, all 5 days. I sound like I'm getting a spoiled kid's, like, punishment. But, like, being so serious, like, my dad had bought me food after school when I got out of detention. He would already have, like, food cooked or, like, just he'd go to the store and get me something. So, you know, it wasn't that bad, honestly. It wasn't that bad. Everybody in school was talking about it for like the longest time. And, you know, now I finally made it story time. So if you ever went to my school and, you know, you see this and you know me, you don't know me. So that's pretty much it for today's story time. I'm not gonna lie. For today's story time, I'm not gonna lie, I am so fucking high. I need to go to bed. I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Peace. I'm out.